congratulations to Manchester City, who have won the Champions League for the first time in their history and also completed the treble for the first time in their history. They do win 1-0 in what was actually a really entertaining game. And I have to say commiserations to Inter Milan. But by saying commiserations, I also do have to say congratulations in a sense. I thought Inter Milan really put up a fight today. Genuinely. They can't literally leave the stadium with their heads down low. Leave with your heads held high. You put in a real big fight into Man. In a game that nobody gave you a chance, to be completely honest, right? No one, all the pundits were saying, yeah, Man City going to walk this Man City is to lose. And yeah, Man City did win it, but this wasn't a walk in the park for Man City. They clawed and scratched their way to this Champions League trophy by every stretch of the imagination. So you have to give Inter Milan massive, massive credit for that, man. I thought they played really well. Really, really well. Before the game, I said, look, I thought Man City were going to win, but I did say, you know what? The wing backs for Inter Milan actually could do a lot of damage for Man City. I've not seen Man City really compete against a team that plays with wing backs. I haven't personally seen it, right? The only time is really against Brentford, but I'm not going to count that because that was the final day of the season. And even when Brentford beat them earlier on, right, that was a worse Man City team than what it is now. This is a completely different beast we're talking about. So Man City against back fives, I thought Inter Milan could expose them. And in that first half, they were really good. Inter Milan played exactly as I said they should play, man. Aggressive. Go man for man with Man City. Fight them. Don't be afraid. Don't make mistakes and be defensively assured. And I think Inter Milan did that to a T. Every single one of those plays was so, so good, man. Fighting for every loose ball. Fighting for every second ball, third ball. In there, snappy. Don't let Man City get any kind of rhythm, man. As soon as they pick up the ball, bring them down instantly. Barella was brilliant at it. I thought the whole defense, Dumfries was brilliant chasing and hounding Jack Grealish around the pitch. Inter Milan's game plan from minute one was superb, man. Superb. And they were having the better of the opening exchanges. The commentators really biased. They're talking about how Man City got a foothold of things in it. No, I thought Inter Milan actually had control of that first half. Genuinely, I thought they were really good. Their better chances fell to Inter Milan. The only chance really Man City had was Haaland on a break where Onana made a brilliant save. Other than that, I thought Inter Milan were in control of that first half. They were really, really good from an attacking standpoint. They just need to take more of their chances. I remember Barella having one on his right peg where he should have done better from an Edison mess up. And you can tell Inter Milan were playing well because Man City were having a lot of slip-ups, man. Akanji was making mistakes. Edison was making mistakes. That's not something you associate with Manchester City unless they're having some kind of problem with their game plan or their team. So you got to look at it and say, Inter Milan, really good in that first half. Really, really good. But they needed the goal, man. They needed the goal if you're Inter Milan because you knew Man City were going to come good at some point. They've got too many quality players on the pitch not to come good. Do you get what I mean? So I was rooting for Inter Milan to get the goals. You can see didn't end up happening. And Man City grew and grew into the game. And Rodri, however you say it, plaudits. That man is a big-time player for Manchester City. There's no two ways about it. This man stands up when they need him most. He is a quality player, Rodrigo, man. And scored a brilliant goal as well. Ball fell to him at the edge box. There was handball claimed. Don't think it was handball whatsoever. But this finish, trademark of a quality player and a composed player as well, because any old player would just thrash that over the bar. Genuinely, they would just skied it because the blood rush, all the lights, all the cameras just skied it over the bar. But no, Rodri, really smart, assured, placed it. Right foot, use the defender as a mannequin to curve it round him and into the back of net. Absolutely unbelievable finish from Rodri, man. And for me, Man City's most important player. I've said this so many times. It was funny in that sense that, in my opinion, Man City's most important player, not even their striker and attacking player, gets the goal and they needed it most to win in the Champions League final, man. But I have to say, though, Kevin De Bruyne, what's happened with him? Back-to-back Champions League finals, the man can't stay fit. Is he running from the grind? I don't want to say that because he could genuinely actually be hurt, but I don't know what it is. But Kevin De Bruyne in Champions League finals, in the World Cup throughout that tournament, goes missing, man. He's a bit of a Premier League merchant, this guy. Like I said, didn't impact Man City, the fact that they were able to win the game. And he was a bit of a stranger bringing Foden on. I was calling for Alvarez to come on for Man City personally, just because I know what a winner this guy is. We already won the World Cup with Argentina this season. So, you know, that man will turn up in big moments. But Phil Foden, strange one for me, but he didn't play bad whatsoever. He had a really good chance. He should have done more after a superb turn. But other than that, man, I think Foden still had an all right game, to be fair. I do have to look at Lukaku for Inter Milan, though, man. Inter Milan had chances. Even at 1-0 down, I was saying they're going to get chances. And Lukaku had two top-tier chances, man. The second one especially. On a plate, bro. Gozens back across the box. You could not have asked for a better chance for Lukaku to score. Free header, center of the box. The momentum comes from the cross. Just head it across goal, man. But no, heads it straight in the center of the net. And Edison. Literally, Edison didn't even have to make a save. It just hit him. The ball just collided with his leg and went out of play. Like, genuinely, Edison was not tested with that header. It just fell straight to him and he saved it, man. You got to look at it and go, Lukaku, you had gilt-edged chances. He had 3 or 4 good chances. He even blocked the chance that DiMarco had for Inter Milan. So, Lukaku, man, I don't know what he's thinking. By the way, I can see you guys' comments coming in. I'm going to respond to comments in just a second, just going through the game. If you're new, Auntie, make sure you subscribe and let me know your thoughts in live chat. I'd absolutely love to hear it. But yeah, that's Lukaku for Inter Milan, man. He should have done more. Big time play, he doesn't turn up. Did the same for Belgium during the World Cup, missing gilt-edged chances. When you're playing against Man City, right, you know chances aren't going to be, you're not going to have an abundance of them. They're going to be few and far between. You got to take them, man. You got to take them. I think Inter Milan were wasteful today. Genuinely, I would have said before the game started, right, if this game, finals played 10 times, Inter Milan win out of 10 and Man City win 9 out of 10. This genuinely could have been the one game that Inter Milan won. On the balance of play, if you rerun this whole game in terms of chances for both teams, I genuinely think Inter Milan win this final 9 times out of 10. Like, if you look at pure chances for both sides on this game, Inter Milan had the better chances. They should have won the football match, which is crazy to think because I genuinely thought before the game started that there was only one way Inter Milan win this game, and that's if Man City don't take their chances. Inter Milan, it was the other way around. It was Inter Milan who didn't take their chances and Man City who were clinical. So you got to look at it and say, congratulations to Man City, completing the treble, winning the Champions League for their first time in their history. But at the same time, I guess you got to ride your luck at times. You have to, because this game was there for Inter Milan, man. It was definitely there for them. Should have done more. Should have done more. Let's get into some of your comments. Luke, appreciate joining stream as always, my friend. Inter Milan put up a good fight. They had chance and were so close to scoring. Congrats to City. Exactly, my friend. Exactly, man. Inter Milan had some good chances today, man. Genuinely. Like, if this game's played 9 times out of 10, they probably win the football match just based on the chances they had. Like Lukaku, gilt-edged chance, man. Even at the end, the header clawed away by the goalkeeper, Edison. You've got Barella had the chance when Edison was off his line. You're looking at everything. Lautaro Martinez could have sweated to Lukaku. Good chance for Inter Milan. They're not putting away. But I'd have to say, regardless, Inter Milan can't leave the stadium with their heads down. They have to leave the stadium with their heads held high. That was a really good performance from Inzaghi's men. Genuinely. Because the whole football world gave them no chance. Don't sit here and go, oh, I thought Inter Milan were going to win this game. I thought it was going to be a really, really calm game for Inter Milan. No. Everyone was sitting there thinking Man City are going to walk this game. The stats were saying it was the most uneven or lopsided final in Champions League history, arguably, in terms of the quality from both sides. Everyone expected it to be a walkover from Man City. But no, Inter Milan put up a really good fight, genuinely, really good bits of play. And the game plan was solid from Inzaghi, aggressive, hound Man City. And for the first time, genuinely in the past 3 months, I've found a way to beat Man City on the football pitch. And I've been crying out for that. Because I've watched Man City for the past 2-3 months, right, since the middle of March, where I have not seen them even show weakness, let alone lose a football match. Not even show weakness. But today, Inter Milan proved that Man City have a weakness. Hound them, be aggressive, snap at their heels, do the dirty fouls that I said they should be doing. And exercise every single little trick in the playbook to win a football match, an Italian-style game. And Inter Milan did that. And like I said, the game plan was perfect from Inzaghi, just the ball didn't go in the back of the net. That's the only thing, man. That's the only thing. So Inzaghi shouldn't leave that stadium thinking that he messed up. The Inter Milan players shouldn't leave that stadium thinking they missed a trick or anything. They should leave that stadium being extremely, extremely proud of themselves and just thinking on another day, we win this football match. It's just one of those things. Genuinely, Lukaku, you could say cost them. I agree to an extent, but it happens. Football's a team game, man. It's a team game. City have won Champions League now, so that's done. They looked a bit off it today. Some of it due to Inter, but they held on. Yeah, Man City have now completed football. They've won the treble with Pep Guardiola. They've won the Champions League. Pep Guardiola's won the Champions League without Lionel Messi. I mean, today was just basically a day where Man City wrote all the wrongs. Wrote all the wrongs from a couple of years ago against Chelsea and did everything they need to do, man. So fair play to them. Man City haven't looked like they were at their best day, but they still found a way to win. Yes, Luke, 100%. I said the same thing. I said, this Man City team, there's something a bit off about them. This ain't the Man City team I've been used to. This ain't the Man City team we've been so blessed of seeing in recent seasons and definitely in recent months where they play beautiful football. They looked off. They looked like the occasion was too big for them, man. I was seeing Akanji make mistakes. Edison make mistakes. De Bruyne coming off injury. You're thinking the little things are going into Milan's way. But as you do, as any big team does, right, they stay in the football match. They find a way to win that game, man. If you're at your best or you're at your worst, you find a way to win that game. And sometimes football's about luck, man. I remember previewing this game, right? People asked me in my streams early on, after I reviewed the Man City Real Madrid game, right? People said to me, how do Inter Milan win this game? And I said, look, you can play 10 out of 10 against Man City and you can still lose the game. You can play 10 out of 10 and Man City can play 8 out of 10 and you can still lose the game because you have to be perfect against Man City and just have a little bit of luck. That's how it is playing against a team like this. And Inter Milan just didn't have the luck at the end of the day, man. The performance was superb. I thought Man City's performance was subpar. I think Inter Milan put in a better performance than Man City, but they just missed the luck factor. And luck is a massive thing in football. If you believe in luck or don't, it plays a part. And today it did, man. Today it did because they are 2 goal line chances away from scoring, Inter Milan. 2. You got DeMarco's one that Inter Milan, that Romelu Lukaku blocked. You got Romelu Lukaku almost scoring. You've also got DeMarco hitting the bar as well. They had chances in this game, man. Chances Inter Milan. Just luck didn't go in their favor. Lady luck was not on their side. Clementine, appreciate you joining the stream. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here, my friends. City. Oi, oi. Yeah, man. The City fans will be extremely ecstatic for going to the game today, man. Ecstatic. Lukaku was never going to end. Inter Milan was going to score and he headed it and it hit Lukaku. Yeah, man. Lukaku sold today, man. Megan V Stallion's got to dump him after this one. Megan V Stallion's got to dump Lukaku after this one, bro, because that was a poor performance. Lukaku genuinely had 3 or 4 good chances. At one point, I thought he was playing for Man City. Genuinely. Like, what was he doing, man? What was he doing? But also, big up to Edison, by the way. Edison made some big saves for Man City. Even right at the death with the header, clawing it off the line, man. You sometimes use your goalkeeper big, bro. In massive matches, yeah, Champions League finals, the goalkeeper plays a massive part. Genuinely a massive part in the game. And I thought today, Edison played an absolutely humongous part for Man City. Like, genuinely. Like, if he's not there, I don't think they win this game. I genuinely don't think Man City win this game. If it's Ortega in goal. Because he made some brilliant saves, Edison, man. Brilliant saves. And I've questioned Edison sometimes in terms of saving. I know question about his ability to ball at his feet, but sometimes I do think he let some sloppy goals in. But today, no question about Edison's performance whatsoever. That was a superb game from the man. Lukaku didn't take advantage of his chances, but to be fair, Inter really didn't have chances until he came on. Jeff, you say that, but I think they did, man. Now you had Lautaro Martinez off the Akanji miss ball. He had a good chance that he probably should have scored. You're looking at, for example, in the first half, Barella off of mistakes. Don't get me wrong, all of Inter Milan's chances came off mistakes. But even so, the game plan was solid from Inter Milan. I had no problems or qualms with how they approached the game. Be aggressive, be tenacious, win the ball back. And did you notice their wing backs had so much space? Man City are not used to playing against teams that play a wing back formation, a back 5. It's not in their DNA. It's not what they do, man. They play against teams, right, that play a back 4 normally. So every time they were breaking into man, they had overloads on the far sides with their fullbacks. There was times where it was 4-on-4, 3-on-3. Like they were match for match, man for man Inter Milan. And if there'd been more clinicality, if the ball went in a bit better, if the final ball was better from Inter Milan, they could have got goals today because the game plan was solid. The game plan was there. I agree with you with the sense that they had the better chance when Lukaku came on. But you look at it this way, right? If you're 1-0 down, 12 minutes to go, the chances are going to come for you. Man City are going to sit back. It's just how it is, man. Like the pressure gets to you, sit back, you cave a little bit deeper. Suddenly you get more possession. It's what you do with it. So Lukaku didn't take advantage of his chance. I think he should have scored definitely at least one, man. And who knows, if it goes extra time, I could be sitting in this reaction saying Inter Milan have won the Champions League. And I said this as well. I said, if Man City didn't win this Champions League today, I don't think they'll ever win the Champions League. Genuinely. I think they had to win it today, Man City. It was just set up too nicely for them. Like, it was just a perfect situation for them to win the Champions League, right? And if they didn't win it today, I don't think they would ever win it. Genuinely, I don't think they ever would. So you have to say congratulations. I don't think Man City were at their best, but they found a way to win the football match. How many times as a big team do you have to do that? As a solid team, do you have to do that, man? You're telling me Pep Guardiola's Barcelona played well in every single game? No, of course there was games when they won at their best. And this was always going to be a tough game for Man City. I didn't buy into the narrative that they were going to walk the football match because Man City never won a Champions League. Inter Milan have won 3. Like, you got to have some kind of... There's nerves that kick in for the Man City players. They've never done this before. They're on the cusp of a treble. They're on the cusp of matching a feat that only the 1999 Manchester United Sir Alex Ferguson squad did. They're on the cusp of greatness. Pep Guardiola's on the cusp of greatness. There's going to be nerves. Even the most resilient, the most pressure-proven players are going to have some kind of nerves about them in this situation. But what Man City did is they stayed in the game. They kept players' heads up when they faced adversity because Man City did face adversity in this game. This wasn't plain sailing for them. Inter Milan had chances. De Bruyne came off injured. Akanji or Edison were making mistakes. They weren't quite getting their free-flowing football. They were getting fouled as soon as they touched the football. So there was adversity for Man City. There was chances where Inter Milan were robbing them of the ball, being tenacious, being aggressive, and Man City weren't competing. So the chances were there for Man City to fold and to sit back and go, this isn't our day. But they stuck in there and a big player turned up in Rodri. For me, as I said before, Man City's most important player. Rodrigo, unbelievable player. And what a goal, man. What a goal. Because as I say, when the ball comes plays on the edge of the box, how many times do we see a player sky it or kick it far wide of the post because they get a blood rush, it all goes to the head and then bang, it's far away. But no, Rodri did the right thing. Use defenders and mannequin, just bend it round him, man. Let your control take over. It's a goal that you will score a million times in training, right? It's a perfect training situation. Ball comes edge of the box, no one around you, just wrap it top bins. And he did exactly that, Rodri, man. Exactly that. What a world-class player, genuinely. What a world-class player. Clemens, I don't understand that comment. I don't speak that language, but I appreciate you on the stream as always. Anyone else that's new around here? 100 people watching right now. Let me know your thoughts on live chat. I'd love to hear it. And also subscribe if you're new around here, football-related content. My last live stream of the season. What a season it's been, man, in football. What a rocket by Rodri. 100%, Luke, man. 100%. Top goal. 4 previous Champions League finals have ended 1-0. Oh my God, you're right. You're right. But this was a good one. I thought last year's Champions League final wasn't great. I can't lie. The whole situation regarding Paris as well, the way it was whole locked off with the stadium before, the fans thing, not a great final. I thought the Chelsea Man City one wasn't a great final either. To be fair, I even thought the Bayern Munich PSG one wasn't a great final. This was a good final though. Genuinely, I was entertained with this final. People were sitting going, it was poor, only 1-0. Look, you might say that, but me, I like the tactical battles in football. I like tactical masterclasses. And for me, I love this game. I was thoroughly entertained from minute 1 to 90. I thought Inter Milan would come and stink the game off, yeah, to be honest with you guys. But they didn't. Inter Milan came like dogs. They came to fight, man. They came to put in a battle. So I have to commend them 100%. It was a really entertaining match, in my opinion. Feel free to disagree in the live chat. I'm sure people have different opinions with it being only 1-0. But I love the game personally. I was dying for extra time. And normally, you know me, guys, yeah? In the other games that have gone to extra time, like the Roma Sevilla game, I was like, just wrap it up, man. Ref, blow the whistle, bro. I'm calling for the game to end already, man. But this game, I was dying for it to go extra time because I wanted more football. It was really entertaining watch. Okay, I appreciate joining the stream. Okay, Anthony Alvarez, I appreciate your comment as well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, Andy, my friend. Jeff, appreciate your stream as well. The one that Lukaku blocked, Diaz was on the line in position to block it himself. I agree. I think Diaz would have dealt with it, but you never know. You never know. He might have missed it, but he was there. Exactly. I agree with you. But still, Lukaku's positioning, man, sometimes the brother just needs to have more awareness. How many times do you see this guy block chances? I feel like it happens every time with Lukaku on the pitch. The man, look, Lukaku's a presence. No one can doubt that about his game. The man has presence about him. But at the same time, Lukaku needs to do more. Like, he needs to do more of the chances he's given. A gilt-edged chance right at the death of the match. Gosens back across the box, right? And if you ask Lukaku, what chance do you want? I'm pretty sure he would have asked for this chance. On his head, in front of the goal, no challenges either side. Edison's not even in the center of the goal. And what does he do? He heads it right into the ground, right at Edison, man. It's a safe finish. It's too safe, man. It's like he just assumed there was no goalkeeper in net and he's just going to head it straight in the middle of the goal. Like, come on, Lukaku, bro. Like, you got a better chance to just head it across goal into the corner and it's 1-1. And then you got an extra time and you give your team a chance to win the football match. I mean, Lukaku again, man. They're doing the trade presentation right now. I've recorded it on BT Sports, so I'll watch it later. But yeah, this was another boring Champions League final. The end was pretty exciting. You think, Luke? You think it was boring? I really enjoyed it. Genuinely, I love this football match. I really, really enjoyed it. For me, it's my favorite Champions League final. I think in a long time. I can't remember when was the last Champions League final that I really enjoyed? This was one of my favorite Champions League finals ever in my lifetime. Genuinely. It was so good. I loved this Champions League final. You might say it was boring. I loved it. Yeah, there wasn't many chances, but I love the tactical battle. I love that about it, man. It was a game that had me on the edge of my seat because it could have gone any way. Like, Inter Milan were the better team, but you always felt Man City had that threat. And like I said, Man City, big teams turn up in big moments, right? Big teams turn up in massive moments. Adversity. You got times where, for example, you've got De Bruyne getting injured. They're one of their best players. Haaland was devastated when De Bruyne came off injured, man. That's like his Bonnie and Clyde, and he's gone off injured. But you stayed in the game, man. You stayed in the game. You got mistakes from Edison. You got mistakes from Akanji. You don't let it throw you. Don't let it throw your mentality. You stay in the game. When a chance comes, you bury it, man. You bury it. And that's the main thing. Like I said, Inter Milan, don't leave that stadium deflated. Don't leave that stadium like you messed up. You leave that stadium with your head held high, Inter Milan and Inter Milan fans. You put in a really good performance. And this is the ironic thing for me, right? Because before the game started, I said, if this game goes 9 or 10 times, right? If this game's played 10 times, Man City win 9 of them, Inter Milan win 1. But on the balance of the play today, I genuinely think if this game's played 10 times, Inter Milan win 7 or 8 of them. Genuinely. Like, the chances for both teams. The only chance they really had Man City was, right? The Foden chance, which you should have done better, but Foden's never been a natural goal scorer. Let's be honest about it. You got Haaland chance, which was a tight angle, and Onana made a good save. Then the Rodri goal. That's it for Man City. For Inter Milan, you got Lautaro Martinez, who should have squared it or scored off the Akanji mistake. Barella should have done better. You've got Lukaku with 3 good chances to score. He even blocks DiMarco's chance, and he even looped it onto the bar as well. So you look at and ahead at the end of the game. So on the balance of play, you look at and you're thinking Inter Milan probably should have done better from this football match. And it's crazy to think, because I said if Inter Milan are going to win this football match, right, they've got to defend well, they've got to show a threat on the counter-attack, they've got to be aggressive, they've got to get in Man City's faces, they can't make mistakes, and they've got to have a bit of luck. And the funny thing was, they had all of the first 5 components, but they just missed the luck. And that's the crazy thing, because when you play Man City, right, you could put a 10 out of 10 performance, but if you're missing the luck factor, you're going to lose a football match. Even if you put in a 10 out of 10 performance, like I think Inter Milan did, and Man City put in an 8 out of 10 performance, as I would say 7 or 8 out of 10, if you miss the luck, you're not going to win the football match. And that's the scariest thing about playing Man City, right? Even if you play at your best, you're still not guaranteed to win that game. Luke, appreciate joining the stream, man. I thought this final was poor. I disagree, bro. I thought it was a really entertaining final. I appreciate joining the stream, Man City fan. Hope you're doing well. Peter, appreciate your donation. When you subscribe for new eyes, my friends. At least Man City had made my night. It was tough, but they managed to score. Yeah, it was a very tough game, man. Very, very tough game. No one can look. No football fan can sit here and be annoyed with Inter Milan. Genuinely, no one can. Because a lot of people are thinking, it's gonna be a walkover for Man City. Easy game, man. They're gonna run through Inter Milan like nothing. No, the whole football world has to commend Inter Milan. Commiserations to them. They put in a hell of a performance, genuinely. They made this a memorable game. They made this a tough game for Man City when they could have lied down and died. Because we've seen a lot of football teams lie down and die. Arsenal lied down and died for Man City in the title race, man. Genuinely lied down and died. Man United, they put up a bit of a fight, but I thought Inter Milan put up more of a fight than Man United, really. But at the end of the day, right, class is permanent, man. And class shines through. Class shines through, man. Trees will always find a way to grow. Plants will always bend towards the sunlight. Nature has a way of giving to those that keep on trying. And that was Man City, man. You keep knocking on the door. You made it to the final against Chelsea. You messed it up. You made it this close to getting to the final against Real Madrid, and Rodrigo scores 2 goals. You keep knocking on the door. You keep trying, and eventually you will get it, man. You will get it. And that was Man City, man. Kept knocking on the door, and they made it through. So you have to say congratulations. As an Arsenal fan, I don't want to see Man City win the Champions League because I want Man City to get the treatment that Arsenal get, where in a few years' time, everyone can go, for all your dominance, for all your brilliant plays, you never won the Champions League. That's what I get as an Arsenal fan every day. So, of course, I want Inter Milan to win it. Of course, I've got their shirt on. But at the same time, you have to commend greatness. You have to sit there and clap where you clapping is due. Because I'm a football fan at the end of the day. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm also a football fan. And for Man City to win the treble, I can't sit here and say that's undeserved. I have to sit here and go, that is thoroughly deserved because they are the best football team in Europe. I see it with my own 2 eyes. Their system's brilliant. I see no weakness with them generally. They're good in the air. They're good with the ball at the floor. They're tenacious. They keep fighting. And big players stand up when they need them most. So I have to commend Man City. Congratulations to them. It was a very competitive match because Inter threw City off their game to the point that even when City were under pressure, their pass was not accurate. Exactly, Jeff. And that's what we have to do. Look, Inter Milan, I was looking for any sort of team in the lead up to Champions League final to expose something about Man City, but I hadn't seen it. And ironically, I saw it in the Champions League final. Inter Milan exposed a little bit what we have to do to Man City, right? Hound them, fight them, be aggressive, foul them as soon as they touch the ball. Man City at their most dangerous when they got relentless pressure, when they're building like cascading like snowball, like an avalanche down a mountain. That's when Man City at their most dangerous. What you got to do is nip that in the bud instantly. As soon as Jack Grealish picks up the ball, foul him. As soon as De Bruyne picks up the ball, foul him. Haaland, foul him. Foul Bernardo Silva, foul Rodri, foul. That's what Italian teams do best. And the way they foul as well is smart because they don't get booked for it. Like genuinely, I think Inter Milan put in about 15, 18 fouls in that first half. Not one of them was booked. Because they know how to foul. It's like little nips in the bud. You know what I mean? Just kick them. Just kick them and get them on the floor. Recycle possession. Stop the counterattacks. Stop the transition play. Because when Man City get their head down, when Man City start recycling the possession from left to right, when Man City start really dictating tempo and they string together 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 passes in a row, that's when it looks like a bit of a long day. That's when the walls are caving in. That's when you're looking at and you got Bernardo one side, you got Riyad potential on the pitch, other side, you got Jack Grealish, you got De Bruyne closing on you, and you're sitting there thinking, bloody hell, man, it's like pick your poison. So what you got to do is you got to stop it at the bud. You got to stop it at the source. And I think Inter Milan did that perfectly. They were really getting under Man City's skin. And you could tell because Man City were really struggling to implement themselves. The camera kept going on with Pep Guardiola, right? And Pep Guardiola is not a poker player. He lets his emotions fly. And I could tell in that first half, Pep Guardiola was getting nervous because he sensed something was happening here. He sensed Inter Milan had a way into this game. Because he loves Pep Guardiola loves his Man City teams, right, to be dominant. He likes his Man City teams to be ruthless. I call it stamping on the team's neck and not taking your foot off. When the boxer's on the ropes, you leave him for dead. You don't let him get back up. Pep Guardiola is the type of man that would be annoyed if Man City win if they didn't dominate the game. He'd be annoyed if they win 5-0, right? Or if they win 5-1, but they concede the sloppy goal, let a team back into the game. That's the type of man Pep Guardiola is. And he would have sensed that first half, right? And despite the fact it was 0-0, despite the fact that Man City did have a couple chances, Inter Milan had life in that game. They had really good chances in there. So he would have sat there and gone, nah, I don't like this whatsoever. Let's make some adjustments. Let's change this, let's change that. Get on the football and dictate tempo, man. Dictate tempo. I thought Akanji was really nervous in that game, man. He made a bad mistake, and after that, his head went a little bit because there was one chance where he miscontrolled it. If Lautaro Martinez gambled and went for it, he would have been through and goal 1-on-1, but he didn't. So, look, like I said, Inter Milan had a really good game. I have to commend them 100%. I can't take anything away from Inter Milan. Leave that stadium with your head held high. Leave Istanbul with your head held high. But for Man City, congratulations, man. You've done the treble, thoroughly deserved. Overall, I think over the 90 minutes, I think if Inter Milan probably deserved to win the game, I'll be genuinely honest about it, non-biased standpoint. But over the course of the season, Man City deserved to win the Champions League. They've gone through Bayern Munich, they've gone from Real Madrid. Like they've gone through some tough opponents to win this, man. Like, they've faced adversity along their journey and they've pushed through it. Leaps and bounds, man. Leaps and bounds. Herman, appreciate your stream. Hope you're doing well. My friend Hazard, you got in your bio, bro. Anyone remember Hazard at the Premier League? I think Hazard left Real Madrid, right? Man, that guy at Chelsea was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. One of my favorite players in the Premier League. Inter was good. Agreed. Really, really good. Lukaku needs to start to learn Arabic now. Time to learn Chinese, buddy, innit? One of them ones. Yeah, Lukaku, bro. Time to go to the Saudi League with that one, man. Not good enough. Not good enough one bit, Lukaku. Megan Thee Stallion, dump him, bro. Dump Lukaku right now, because that was one of the worst performances I've ever seen, bro. Lukaku in big moments, hiding, man, hiding. To be fair, the same with Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, again in a Champions League final, he's gone off the pitch. Yeah, he may be injured, fair play, but I mean, bro, it's back-to-back Champions League finals now where he's come off injured. Like, De Bruyne shying away from the big moments, man. I hate to say it, but someone's got to bring it up there. Someone's got to talk about it, man. That's just my thoughts on it. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on live chat. I'd love to go through your comments. Anyone that's new around here, subscribe. 113 people watching right now. I want to see all you guys subscribing on my road to 3,000 subscribers. The growth has been amazing on this channel so far. This is the last live stream of the season, man. But what a jam-packed season it's been from start to finish. Enjoyed it thoroughly, man. Enjoyed every single game. See, football this season's been so good. And Inter Milan, thank you. Thank you, because you made this Champions League final entertaining, at least in my point of view. A lot of people come in the live chat and they didn't like the Champions League final. They thought it was boring. I really enjoyed it. I really love this tactical battle. I was thoroughly entertained for 90 minutes today, man. Thoroughly entertained. The crazy thing is he did the same thing against Croatia. Yeah, exactly. In the World Cup, Lukaku stunk it up, man. When they needed the most in the group stage, he stunk it up and missed some gilt-edged chances. Like I said, bro, that chance, okay, fair enough, the two chances on the wide that wins on the edge of the box, they're tough chances, right? I'll give him that. But the one where the ball's back across the box from Guzans, yeah? That is on a plate, bro. On a plate, knife and fork. You got to tuck that one away. Lukaku could not have asked for a better chance, man. He could not have prayed for a better opportunity than that. On your head, no defenders in sight. Ball's got pace in it. All you have to do, all the time now, is perfect head height, bro. Your boots are tied up perfectly, your shoelaces. You just came onto the pitch. Your t-shirt is fitted authentically perfect to you. It's got sweat resistance. Your trim is perfect, no hair in your eyes. You're perfectly sensed. The goal is about 12 feet wide or something crazy like that. It's 6 feet tall, whatever, like 8 feet tall. It's perfect opportunity, and you fluff your lines, man. You fluff your lines. The ball is inflated to perfection. There's no reason you missed that chance if you're Lukaku, brother. No reason whatsoever. And he just fluffed his lines there. Inter should have scored at least one goal today. Herman, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I said this, bro. I said, genuinely, before the game started, I said, for Inter Milan to win this game, if it's played 10 times, I think Inter Milan win 1 out of 10. Man City win the final 9 out of 10 times. But on the balance of the game today, like, if you look at both chances, if you just rerun the chances and the game, yeah, genuinely, I think 9 times out of 10 or 7, 8 times out of 10, Inter Milan win this football match. They had really gilt-edged opportunities today. Man City weren't at their best. They genuinely weren't. But even when Man City weren't at their best, they still have danger. They still have dangerous opportunities, and they still have game winners at the end of the day. And it wasn't Haaland. It wasn't De Bruyne who came off the pitch. It wasn't Jack Grealish. It wasn't even Bernardo Silva or Ilkay Gundogan. It was Rodri, who arguably for me is their most important player anyway. So underrated, man. So you got to give him the biggest credit in the world. Congratulations to Man City and Ilkay Gundogan, big-time player. Sevon Cubing, Man City win. Yeah, I'm sure you're happy, my friend. I'm sure you're happy. Look, I'm an Arsenal fan, right? I'm not an Inter Milan fan, but I'm an Inter Milan fan for today. An honorary Inter Milan fan. But I do have to say, regardless, congratulations to Man City. They do deserve it. I can't one part of me begrudge Man City winning this Champions League and even doing the treble, because I've watched this Man City team, and genuinely, in my opinion, right, barring today's performance, I thought today's performance, they were subpar, but barring today's performance, for the past 2-3 months, this is the best Premier League side I've seen in terms of quality I'm seeing from this Man City team. They are unbelievable, genuinely so good, man. There's no one weakness about them. From defense to attack, they're solid. Like, even their back four, I would say in previous seasons, right, to beat Man City, you got to win from set pieces because they've got soft players in there. Aguero's not the tallest, you get what I mean? But nowadays, you can't even do that. Stones is an absolute unit. Akanji, Diaz, units. Ake's a unit. Rodri's a unit. Haaland's a unit. How do you beat Man City? One of their biggest weakness, set pieces, becomes their biggest strength. Like, Inter Milan, they would have looked at this game and gone, set pieces has to be our way of winning this game, man. DiMarco, early crosses in the box. Dumfries, early crosses into the box. That's how they've got to try and win this football match. And they tried it, but Man City were clearing it away all day, every day. It was like meat and drink for the defenders. So you got to look at it and say, Man City, congratulations, man. The whole FFP allegations surrounding them and everything that's going on with UEFA, I'll let that settle themselves. And whether they're guilty or not,
I'll let that settle themselves. But one thing I can say is, regardless of those allegations, etc., whether they bought their way to success, whether they're doing it unjustly, unfairly, illegally, from my own two eyes, I have to sit here and say, what I've witnessed from Man City over these past 2 or 3 months, and what I've witnessed Pep Guardiola do with this Man City team, I can't begrudge them winning the Champions League. They've deserved it. They've come so close. But like I say, bro, it's a lesson in life to anyone, yeah? Keep knocking at that door, because you're going to face adversity. Man City faced plenty of adversity. They lost the final to Chelsea, a final they were expected to win all ends up, man. They got knocked out, and they were this close, genuinely raised the thing by the skin of their teeth, making the Champions League final again. But then they lost last year. But then Rodrigo scores 2 goals at the death, 2 of the most improbable goals ever to win them that game. So you look at it and you think, Man City have come so close season in, season out. It's about damn time they make it there. And boy, did they, man. They made it to the final for the second time, and thunder doesn't strike twice. They get it, man. If you don't do it the first time, keep trying and trying again. And that's what Man City did. And fair play to them. Congratulations. They win the Champions League final. Like I said, on the day, they weren't their best, but they've got enough credit in the bank for whooping Bayern Munich's ass, whooping Real Madrid's ass. They did enough to win the football match overall, man. So yeah, you got to say congratulations to them, man. Congratulations to them. The big thing is now, what is next for Pep Guardiola and Man City? Guys, I want to hear it, because he's done the treble. He's won the Champions League. What is next for this man? What more does he do? For me, I think the only thing he's got left now is 4 in a row. I know Man City have won 3 Premiers in a row. I know they've won the treble, but United have done that before. United have already done that, man. They've got United sloppy seconds. That's what it's like. Can Pep Guardiola and Man City win 4 Premier Leagues in a row? That has never been done before. That has to be the standard. So let's see, man. Like I said, they're the team to catch. They're the team to beat. Dynasties don't last forever, though. Dynasties don't last forever, man. So let's see. I can't wait for next season. I already can't wait. Football is 2 months away, and I'm already sitting there thinking, no, this was the last game of the season. No, it's not even an international competition, bro. Normally I could go, oh, we got the Euros, we got the World Cup to look forward to. There's not even that. Like, we're genuinely going to be starved of football for the next 2 months, 1.5 months. So yeah, it's one of those things. 2 months actually, until the Premier League's back at least. But I want to see what happens next season, man. I want to see. Can Man City stay at this top form? Who do they recruit in the summer? My club, Arsenal, I want to see us fight Man City. Hey, my club, Arsenal, yeah? Go to the Champions League final next season, man. The Champions League final next season is at Wembley. I want to see Arsenal there, man. I want to see Arsenal there. But in the meantime, Man City, congratulations. Savor it. Taste it. Because you've tasted a lot of defeat in the Champions League final before to Chelsea. Last year to Rodrigo scoring 2 goals. And when you taste defeat, when you finally get success, it tastes that little bit sweeter. And it will taste like Turkish delight for this Man City team, man. Thoroughly deserved. Thoroughly deserved. I can't begrudge them one bit. I'm not a Man City fan. I'm not an Inter Milan fan. But I'm an Arsenal fan. I wanted Inter Milan to win this game, but I can't begrudge Man City. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thoroughly deserved. Thoroughly deserved. Not in this game, because I genuinely think Inter Milan had a really good game today, but over the course of the season, I can't begrudge Man City. All the rest Big Six need to up their game now. 100% Hernan, bro. 100% Herman. You need to up your game for the Big Six. Man City's the benchmark, because they're not going to fall off their pace. So you got to improve. You got to try and get better. And we know Man City will get better as well. This team never seems to fall off, man. They just get better season in, season out. Even this season, when I thought they fell off, right? Towards January, I was talking about Man City actually dipping in form, and maybe Haaland isn't the right fit for them. They hit that flow state around March time. And that's what they needed, right? Because Man City could do all they want for the start of the season, right? But if they really hit their form at peak moment, that's when it matters most. You don't want to be at the best of your times in August, October, November, because there's nothing to fight for then. Man City hit their peak form at the right time of the season. March, April, May, June. When you need them most. The last 4 months of the season, the last third of the season, when they really started to hit peak form, and that's when they just rolled over teams for fun, man. For me, you deserve, if you're beating Bayern Munich 3-0, if you're beating Real Madrid 4-0, you deserve to win the Champions League, man. You deserve to do it. Going live, appreciate you on the stream, Luca. Edison save City, big W. Hey, big up China for joining the stream, man. Big up China, man. If I could have 1.6 billion people watching the stream, I'd love that, man. I'd absolutely love it. But yeah, big up China. Edison save City, big W, 100%, bro. I covered that earlier on in the stream as well. I'm a big fan of Edison, but I'm not a massive fan. I keep saying Alisson's better, for example. But you're going to need your goalkeeper in finals. No matter how dominant you are on the pitch, your goalkeeper needs to save you in finals. And Edison had a big game, bro. Your goalkeeper is one of the most important positions on the pitch. Not only in the saves they make, in the confidence they exuberate. Does your defense trust your goalkeeper? And I know for a fact, Man City trust Edison. They trust him with all their heart. They 100% do, because he was making some massive saves for them, man. Absolutely key saves. You look and you're thinking, how has he saved that one? The one with the Lukaku, another one off the line that he saved as well. You've got the chance from Di Marco looped off onto the bar, and then Lukaku blocks. You got to save right at the death. But you got to look at it and say, Man City, not their best performance, but big players stood up for them. And that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Sometimes you need luck in football. You can't be at your best every single game. Look, Pep Guardiola's managing incredible teams, the Bayern Munich teams and Barcelona teams. That Barcelona team that Pep Guardiola managed between 2008 and 2011, that for me was one of the greatest football teams of all time, if not the greatest football team of all time. I'm not going to sit and I'm not going to sit and say they played amazing every single game, because they didn't. They had games when they weren't at their best. But what they did is they found a way to win. If it wasn't Haaland stepping up, it was De Bruyne. So if it wasn't Messi stepping up, it was David Villa or not Alex Sanchez, or it was Busquets, or it was Iniesta, or it was Xavi. Do you get what I mean? Like, big players stood up for that Barcelona team. Equally, you've got today, right? It wasn't Haaland, it was Rodri and it was Edison. Those were two players that stood up. It wasn't Gundogan like it was in the FA Cup final. It was Rodri today. So the thing about Man City is they've got so many match winners on the pitch that the chances are that over the course of 90, 95 minutes, one of them's going to stand up and score a goal, no matter how bad they play. And like I said, that chance that falls to Rodri, right? I've seen plenty of players in his position and plenty of attacking players as well, let alone a defensive midfielder, that have skied that. Blood rush, they see all the lights, they see all the cameras, they already envision themselves being on the back page of the newspaper, being on the front page of what's it called, of Talk Sport, of Sky Sports, of BT Sport, having their name lit up on stars, having some brilliant mashing their partner in the hotel afterwards for scoring a goal like that, and they sky it miles over the fence because they get a blood rush. But not Rodri. Did exactly a training style finish, man. Ball comes to him, right peg, bend it around the defender. Use the defender like a mannequin, keep your composure, realize you don't have to smash it, realize that the goalkeeper's flat-footed, just bend it into the corner, man. Do exactly what he says on the tin in that chance. Do that, and Rodri did exactly that, man. Unbelievable finish. Top quality finish, bro. Take nothing away from the player. Onana as well. I thought Onana had a really good game in there, man. But you can't save those, bro. No one saves those. But Inter played well, GG. Yeah, Inter played really well, man. Really, really well. Like I said, they can't leave Istanbul with their heads down. They can't leave Istanbul annoyed, depressed. No. Leave Istanbul with your heads held high, Inter Milan and their fans, bro. Because they put in a real shift today. Genuinely, Inter Milan put in a big shift. I commend them 100%. I give them all the credit in the world. Credit to Inter Milan, bro. They were top quality. And like I said, I thought Inter Milan played 8 or 9 out of 10 today. Before the game started, people asked me what my predictions were. I said, if this game's played 10 times, I believe Man City win 9 out of 10 in the finals. I genuinely think that. But on the balance of the game today, for the chances both teams had, Inter Milan probably win it 7 or 8, 9 times out of 10. Because if you look at the chances for both teams, Inter Milan had the better chances. So you got to look at it and say, they missed the luck today. To beat Man City, this is how you have to play, right? It's a 6-step framework for me. 1, you got to defend well. You have to, bro. You can't beat Man City not defending well. 2, you got to have a threat on the counter-attack. You can't just defend because relentless pressure, you're going to cave in, bro. Time will tell. There's always regression to the mean. If you keep defending, no matter how good you defend, if you don't have any sort of attacking outlet, you're going to concede chances because the relentless pressure will be like an avalanche snowball effect and you'll cave in. So you got to have a threat on the counter-attack. 3, you got to play nasty. And when I say nasty, I don't mean kick people. I don't mean you got to foul them, get red cards. I just mean show aggression. Be stuck in. Do the tactical fouls. Play the dark arts. You got to exhibit that. 4, you can't make mistakes, man. You can't make mistakes one bit. Every single player, right? You got to make sure that you avoid mistakes. 5, every player's got to play well. Got to play well. And genuinely, I think all 5 of those, Inter Milan got nailed on. All nailed on. But the 6th one is genuinely the most important one. Because you can master all 5, like I think Inter Milan did. But if you miss out number 6, you're going to lose the football match regardless. And number 6, ladies and gentlemen, is having luck. It's having luck. Whether you believe in luck or not, it's a factor in football and it's a factor in life. And that was it today. Because the first 5, I said, people asked me, how do Inter Milan win this game? I laid out all 5 of those things. And Inter Milan, all 5, they put out at least 8 or 9, 10 out of performance. At least 8 or 9 out of 10. But they missed the one thing that mattered most. The one overarching factor. The one thing that can make a difference. And that's luck. And they lacked it. And it's one of those things. You can't sit there and beat yourselves up about it. If you Lukaku, Megan V. Sign ain't going to give you nothing tonight. But you can't sit there and be annoyed at yourself. It's one of those things, bro. You're messed up. Mustafa, appreciate you joining the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Man City all the way. Hey, big ups to the Man City fans, man, because I know you've won the Premier Leagues. I know you've been spoiled in terms of the success you've received, but you've never won the Champions League. And it's a big night for you guys, man. You've done the treble. You won the Champions League. It's been a long time coming. Because, look, people giving Man City can say, oh, Man City were expected to win this game, right? Oh, it's going to be a walkover. Man City should have easily won this game, right? But that just makes even more pressure on Man City's shoulders. Man City would have felt this pressure today. Let's not forget, Man City have never won the Champions League before, and Inter Milan have won it 3 times. Like, Inter Milan have football heritage in this competition. Man City, it's a massive stage for them. Yes, everyone's expecting them to win the game, but it's still a nervous occasion. They will be shivering on that pitch. No one achieves something for the first time without some sort of adversity. You're going to face it. And so for that Man City team to still go out and do the business and do the job and complete the treble, I still give them all the credit. Yes, you can say they're expected to win that game today, but expectations and reality are two separate things, bro. They're two very separate things. I think Man City, despite the huge expectations on their shoulders, they lived up to it and they've completed the treble. Like I said, all they've done is, though, I'm sorry, Man City fans, you just done Man United sloppy seconds. You've done 3 Prems in a row. United already done that twice. You've done the treble. United did that in 99. Sorry. Now, can you win 4 Prems in a row? Can you do that? Can you set a new standard? That's what I want to see. But I do have to say, guys, let me know live chat. Other question: is this Man City team the best team of all time? Let me know. For me, I think it's second to Barcelona's team under Pep Guardiola in 2008-2011. The only thing that holds it back is longevity. Pep's Barcelona team had longevity. They would win Champions Leagues 2 out of 3 seasons, win the league every season. They would dominate teams. They'd play them off the park. This Man City team has the capability to do that. But I want it over a longer sample size. I don't want it over 3 months or 4 months. I want it over 3 or 4 seasons. That's what I want if I'm Man City. So let's see if they do that. Like I said, I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't want to see it. But at the same time, I'm a football fan. And Man City are treating us to good football today. They genuinely are. Polite dude, appreciate your sheep. Hope you're doing well, my friends. Not the best performance from City, but congratulations. Agree. I don't think it was their best performance at all, but they got the game done. They got the result they wanted, and their big players stood up in Rodri and made it count, man. And I think Man City had enough credit in the bank anyway. They whooped Bayern Munich 3-0. They whooped Real Madrid 4-0 at home. Obviously, they won those games convincingly on aggregate. They deserve to win the final. Let's be honest about it. Like, for all that led up to it, they deserve to win. It's like last season, right? Real Madrid get into the final. They had to beat Chelsea. They had to beat Man City to get there. Liverpool to get to the final of the Champions League. They had to be like Benfica and Inter Milan. You know what I mean? Like, it was a different kettle of fish. So I always do like football purists in the sense that I want the team that wins the Champions League to deserve it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I want Inter Milan to win it because I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't want to see Man City do the treble. But you still have to sit there and go, congratulations to Man City. Congratulations, because they did deserve it. They did deserve it, man. And you have to commend what a brilliant performance is and what a quality team they are as well. Because they are an unbelievable football team, Man City. Let's not forget that, man. For the praise they get, it's a top quality team. And Inter Milan, I'm giving them praise because I know there's been a lot of teams that have folded against Man City pressure. My team, Arsenal, folded against Man City twice this season. When the title was on the line, we laid back and died for Man City. Inter Milan, the whole press, the whole media, everyone was saying Man City going to whoop this game. It's going to be Man City's to lose. Inter Milan came out with a fight and they fought to the death here, man. They fought to the death. They laid everything out on the pitch today, man. They did. And on another day, they maybe win this game, but they didn't. But they can't fault the effort, man. Focus on the inputs, and the outputs will take care of themselves. And I thought Inter Milan really put in a good performance today. It's just one of those things. What do you think Arsenal need to do in the summer to compete with City? Brilliant question, Herman. Absolutely brilliant question. For me, it starts with Caicedo, Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo in the door because the midfield is the most important thing. Man City's midfield is top quality, man. Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Stones coming in midfield as well. How do you compete with that, man? You got 4 men in that midfield and 4 just brilliant players, technically gifted, units, warriors, aggressive. Everything about that midfield is tenacious, combative, and they will pass you at the park as well. So midfield has to be the main priority for Arsenal. Caicedo and Declan Rice and Odegaard, that is a midfield that can compete. I like that type of midfield. And also we got to hope Man City fall off as well because I genuinely think this, and it's a really sad thing to say, but even if Arsenal put out a 10 out of 10 performance next season, if Man City also put a 10 out of 10 performance, Man City are going to win the league. They are. So you got to hope Man City fall off. What happens with Gundogan? That's a real big question for Man City fans. Man City fans, do you want Gundogan to resign? Do you think Gundogan will resign? I've covered him in videos on my channel, so feel free to check that out after the stream. The thing with Gundogan is right about Man City operate like a big club. I can't even hate it. They genuinely do. If this was Arsenal or United or Liverpool, they would have been bending over backwards for Gundogan to resign. Oh, we'll give you the money. Oh, we'll give you the 3-year contract. Just sign here. Sign, please, Gundogan. Stay with us. Man City aren't like that. Man City and Pep Guardiola, right? I rate this man 100% because that is a man that's got courage. And that is a man, right, that has standards. Pep Guardiola does not keep one player unless they want to stay, he wants them to stay, and they align with what Man City want. Raheem Sterling wanted to leave Man City. He said goodbye. João Cancelo, arguably Man City's best player, not last season, but the season before. Sorry, not this season, but the season before. He wasn't getting enough game time. He was kicking up a fuss, thinking he deserved more, disrespecting the manager. Pep Guardiola said, okay, on your bike. Goodbye, my friend. Off to Bayern Munich. Send them to a rival. Rivals to us in the Champions League. I don't care. Goodbye. I don't let anyone disgrace my club. And I like that about Man City. Gundogan, been one of Man City's biggest players in the crunch times. 2 goals in the FA Cup final, 2 goals against Everton, 2 goals against Leeds, 2 goals the season before to win them the game against Aston Villa when Liverpool almost won the title. This is a big-time player for Man City, bro. Their captain. Man City saying, now we want to stay, but this is the terms we want. We want to give you a 2-year or 1-year deal. Sign that or you ain't staying. And Gundogan's going, no, I want 3 years. Okay, well, we're stuck then. We're stuck. No player's bigger than the club. You're replaceable, Gundogan. We appreciate you 100% everything you've done for the football club, but you are replaceable. You can get players like Kovacic to replace you potentially. Whether he's at the level I'm not sure, but that's at least how Man City view it. And I rate that. I genuinely rate that because I know if it was Arsenal's situation, right? Because I'm an Arsenal fan, I can say about my club. Ozil, we gave him the bag, bro. What did Ozil do to warrant 350 grand a week? What did he do to warrant that kind of money? Aubameyang wins us an FA Cup final and we're giving him 300 grand a week. And what do both those players do? Get the money and they off exponentially. Their performances dip, bro. They dip. That's what happens, bro. You just might have played that won us the FA Cup final. Gundogan wins Man City Premier League finals, Premier League matches, man. Like when it matters most. So Man City, really good in that sense, man. Never, ever. They always have the ace negotiation. They never let a player dictate them. They never bend over backwards for a player. They understand that no player is bigger than the club. So, look, I think Gundogan, I think he'll go Barcelona personally. I don't see him coming to Arsenal. I think if he does leave Man City, he'll go Barcelona. But right now, I think it's torn between him staying at Man City and going Barcelona. I think Man City fans would want him to stay, but who knows, man? Who knows? No great fan about congratulations, Man City. Your treble was a very rare achievement in England. Look, you're the third person to say this, Tommy. I actually really enjoyed the final. I genuinely really did. Like, I know a lot of people saying, oh, but it was only 1-0, another 1-0 final. But, bro, I genuinely really enjoyed it, man. Maybe it's just me, but I really, really enjoyed that final personally, man. It was a tactical masterclass. I like that. I like having tactical battles. And it's again had me on the edge of my seat, right? Because a lot of people would go into that game thinking Man City were going to walk them. And I went into that game thinking, even if it's a tough game for Man City, it's going to be a tough game where they dominate the ball. It's going to be a tough game where they're going to just break Inter Milan down in the war of attrition, where it's going to be chance after chance after chance. And we're just waiting for the back of the net to bulge. But that wasn't the case. Inter Milan came out to fight. And I think Inter Milan had really good chances today. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. A treble is a very rare team in England. It is, man. Man United doing it in 99. Now Man City doing it in 23. What's next for this Man City team, man? What's next? Look, I just say one thing, though. Liverpool had a fall off this season. And they did because there was a bit of mental fatigue with that Liverpool team, right? When you do a treble, right? Or not, when you compete on 4 fronts, when you've competed everything that you've done in life, and Man City have done that. Man City have completed every single trophy they needed to get. They've done it. Pep Guardiola's done it. Man City have done it. They've won the Champions League. They've won the FA Cup. They've won the Carabao Cup. They've won the Premier League. They've done it all. What is left for that team? Maybe the Super League, if you care, but not Super League, sorry. The Club World Cup, if you care about that, man. That little the little Tin Pot Cup. They've done it all. So how do Man City go from here to the next step? That's what I wonder, because the real greats do it season in, season out. The Messi's, Ronaldo's, the reason they get the respect, right, is because they do it season in, season out. Yes, players at times have matched the level of Messi and Ronaldo over a case of 1 or 2 seasons, but very few players have matched Messi and Ronaldo in terms of longevity, doing it season in, season out for a decade, not a season. Can this Man City team fight for decades now? That's the real question for me, man. That's what I've got to find out, because it's hard to keep playing at the top of your ability when you've done it all. It's like completing a video game and trying to complete it again. Yes, you've got the ability to complete that video game again because you completed it the first time. You're good enough to do it. But have you got that same mentality? You've got that same perseverance, that same hunger in your belly to complete that video game again? That's the real question. And that's what it's got to be for Man City now. Because real champions win, but want to win again. Real champions win the Champions League. I want to do it again. Real champions win the Premier League, but want to win it again. I want to keep fighting. And enough is never enough. That's what real champions need, man. Because as soon as you get complacent, as soon as you feel you've achieved it all, that's when you really start to fail in football, man. That's when you really start to get ahead of yourselves. Because Man City are a top quality football team, right? They absolutely are. But dynasties don't last forever. They only last as long as you let them last. And for Man City, there's only 2 ways they can lose, right? That's if a team gets better than them, which I doubt because they're that far ahead, and if they lose themselves. I always say, right, Man City have to beat themselves at times. That's the only way they lose in football matches. So if you're Man City, right, you got to try and up the levels for next season. I don't know how you can, but you got to try and do it, man. Perseverance is key. Because if you want to be remembered as one of the greatest teams of all time, beating that Barcelona team under Pep Guardiola, it's all about longevity. It's all about doing it over an extended period of time. Because that's what the real heroes do. That's what the real champions do, man. They don't define themselves over 1 season. They define themselves over decades. Lukaku stacked the place out, should have scored 100%, Tommy, bro. 100%. Megan V. Stallion dump his ass, bro. But all the memes about Lukaku before the game, and he just stunk it up, man. Probably my favorite treble of all time. People thought Onana was going to be better, but Edison proved them wrong. I thought both keepers had a really good game, though. China, I thought both keepers had a really good game. Onana isn't to blame for this. Not one bit. I thought Onana had a really good game, man. Genuinely. It's just one of those things, bro. One of those things. Edison, no congratulations, bro. Because you need your goalkeeper. To win finals, you need your goalkeeper. I've never ever seen one final where a team has won and they've not had their keeper's not had to make a brilliant save. I've never seen it, bro. Tell me one final you've seen where you win a game and your goalkeeper's not been clutch for you at some point. You're gonna need it. And Edison's a clutch goalkeeper. If KDB stayed on, it would have been like 3-0. I don't think so, China. I genuinely don't think so. I think Man City won this game through attrition and through staying in the game, and actually won this game quite ugly. I want to say that. I thought Inter Milan were well in this football match. Genuinely, I think so, man. Even with De Bruyne on the pitch, were Man City the better team with De Bruyne on the pitch? I don't think so. I think the commentators were too nice to Man City. I think in that first half, Inter Milan were the better team. I think they controlled the tempo. I think throughout the game, Inter Milan were the better team. Man City just hit them where it hurts and hit them with the chances. And this is the funny thing, bro. But reviewing the game, I said Man City going to have a lot of chances, and Inter Milan going to be clinical with the few chances they have. Because I believe Inter Milan chances were going to come few and far between. It actually ended up being the complete opposite. Inter Milan had an abundance of chances and weren't clinical. And Man City had few chances, but they were more clinical and clear-cut. And they got their goals from them. Now, KDB wasn't doing much. Agree. I don't think he was doing much at all. I thought he would be right. I thought he would be tight. Credit Inter. Yeah, got to credit them for this, man. Like I said, leave Istanbul with your heads held high, Inter Milan, bro. Leave Istanbul with your heads held high. Inzaghi, can't beat yourself up, bro. Your game plan was superb. You played against a Man City team where I've seen a lot of teams fold, and a lot of better teams than Inter Milan fold as well. I've seen Arsenal fold against Man City, man. Like, my team Arsenal in a title-deciding game at the Etihad folded. Whereas Inter Milan came to this game today, bro, and they fought, man. They fought with everything, hammer and tongs. KDB would have totally scored at least one goal if he stayed. Well, here's the thing, bro. The thing about KDB is he is a big-time player. I can't hate him, bro. In the Bernabeu, brilliant goal, man, from outside the box. And one thing about Kevin De Bruyne is, right, this is what's so dangerous about Man City. You can't sag off De Bruyne because he either makes an assist or he scores a goal. Normally, you think, don't let him in the box and don't let him have clear-cut chances. But against Real Madrid, they were doing that. Like, Real Madrid, bro, were limiting Man City to... They weren't getting inside the box at all. But what De Bruyne did is he scored outside the box. Absolutely licked it from far, man. Unbelievable strike. So, even if you do chances like that, who knows, man? Who knows? Remember back then when they said Inter would be done in the group stages? Here they are in the finals. Exactly, China. So, like I said, massive credit to Inter Milan. They punched above their weight. I never in a million years expected them to make the Champions League final, bro. I wouldn't... If you told me at the start of the season to predict who would reach the Champions League final, I would have said Man City because, hey, spoiler alert, those who have been here before, by the way, would have known I said this, yeah? I said Man City going to win the Champions League. Check out all the videos, all the receipts are on my channel. I said Man City going to win the Champions League, man. I called it from early. Just someone in my gut said it, and it happened, bro. I'm so good at predicting. I said Argentina going to win the World Cup as well. I checked out the Press Resistant podcast where I called that. I said Newcastle going to make top 4. I called that one as well. And I said Man City going to win the Champions League. My predictions this season have been so good. If I was a betting man, bro, I would have made a lot of money this season. I genuinely would have. But it's one of those things. They had a good draw, but fair play for making it a tight final. Yeah, look, no one can doubt that Inter Milan had the more favourable draws than Man City did. Because I do think if Inter Milan came up against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, I don't think they would have lasted to the final. And let's be real about it. Man City will do 4 Prems in a row. Will they, though? Will they? Because everyone thought Liverpool would challenge at the start of this season, and look what happened. Liverpool completely fell off the pace. I predicted that, by the way. I said Liverpool were going to fall off this season. The receipts on the channel. I said they'd finish third, don't get me wrong. But I did say Liverpool going to fall off. I remember saying that. I was like, I think Liverpool going to have a bit of that what's it called? Hangover from making a Champions League final and failing. But I don't think Man City will do the same because Man City at least won the finals. It's much different losing it. Losing a final, right? And losing a Champions League final, losing the Premier League on the final day. It's like a gut punch, bro. It's like a sucker punch to you. It's like it wounds you, bro. You get the wind knocked out of you. So Man City will be living off this high. They'll have a long holiday off now. They'll bun international duty. They'll be going to having a long holiday. And then let's see how they do next season. Because like I said, the real champions, they fight season in, season out. They're never satisfied with one trophy. Don't forget those Milan teams back in the day. Exactly, bro. Milan have football heritage. Football heritage exists with Inter and AC Milan. AC Milan have won the Champions League 7 times. Inter Milan have won the Champions League 3 times. That is 10 times. That is double digits for those of you that are wondering across those 2 Milan teams, man. They are football heritage. Look at the stands, bro. Like, no disrespect to Man City, right? But what are the Man City legends? Let's be real about it, man. Yaya Toure, I wouldn't classify him as one. You're looking at Vincent Kompany, Sergio Aguero. Those are the Man City legends. Let's be real about it, yeah? if you look at the Inter Milan legends, you're talking about big time players, bro. Like bad boy players in that team, man. Like Julius Caesar, for example, Cambiasso. Like these are big time Inter Milan players there, man. Samuel Eto'o, legends of the game, filling up the stands. Inter Milan have heritage people in those stands, bro. And that's what I'm talking about. So it was never going to be an easy game. Inter Milan have won this competition 3 times. Man City have yet to win it until today. So it was never going to be easy. You got the treble as well for extra pressure. All the weight was on Man City's shoulders. All the expectation was on their shoulders. But pressure makes diamonds. And that Man City team are a team of diamonds, man. Diamonds. Greatest club team I've seen is Barcelona 2011. Agree. But this Man City team is damn close. It is mightily close to that Barcelona team, trust me. If they have longevity, if they keep this up for another 2-3 seasons, I think they surpass the Barcelona team. Hey, hate me all you want, bro. I'm calling it right now. Clip it if you want to. If this Man City team plays at this level for the next 2-3 seasons until 2025, 2026, it is better than Barcelona's team, genuinely, because the quality of football is there. Michael goes, Man City is blue. Manchester is blue. Yeah, I mean, today it is, bro. They've done the treble. I will never, look, Man City fans, congratulations, but I will never, ever believe that Man City are ever going to be a bigger club than Man United. Never. It's like, I don't think Tottenham will ever be a bigger club than Arsenal. Everton will never be a bigger club than Liverpool. Manchester are the biggest club in England. They are. But one thing about Man City is, though, they're growing and they're getting better. And this is the thing, right? Because younger generations, when you grow up, right, younger generations, they don't care about the history, bro. You're 5 years old. You're on the school playground. You think you're going to be talking about 1999 doing the treble? No, you're going to be talking about doing the treble this season. You're going to be like, yeah, my team did the treble this season. Look at me. I'm the bee's knees. I'm the man. I'm the Donny on the playground. I'm the real kid. Like that's what young kids care about, bro. The young kids want to see success. They're gold diggers, man. They're success merchants, bro. That's what young kids are. More young people are going to start supporting Man City. That's what's going to happen. So, look, if you're United, Liverpool, Arsenal, buck up your ideas, bro. Buck up your ideas because you are the 3 biggest clubs in England. United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. But Man City are getting better and they're growing. And their fan base is growing as well, man. They are growing bit by bit. Gundogan is going to Barcelona. I potentially. I think it's either Barcelona or Man City. I think if he does go, it'll be Barcelona. If he goes, I'm not sure. I can still see a deal ironed out. But Kovacic to Man City leads me to believe that Gundogan might be leaving. Gundogan is going, needs a bigger club. Needs a bigger club. Wow, that's harsh. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Look, I always believe this, right? Regardless if you play for Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, Bayern Munich, every player dreams of going to Barcelona or Real Madrid. They are literally the epitome, the climax of the mountain when it comes to football. No matter how bad La Liga is, no matter how bad Barcelona and Real Madrid are right now, right? Those 2 teams are the kings of football. They are the 2 biggest clubs in Europe, man. Every player, you're lying if you don't, yeah? You've dreamed of playing for Real Madrid or Barcelona. My ideal career as a footballer would be, I play for Arsenal, I play for Real Madrid. I'd be happy if I played for those 2 teams, man. Because I'm an Arsenal fan and I've dreamed of playing for Real Madrid because I love that team. So that's how you got to look at it. Cyril Sagar, appreciate your regime. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Only heart of Milan can stood against City. Respect to Milan. Yeah, 100%, my friend, bro. Massive respect to Inter Milan because they put up a fight, man. A real big fight today. Like I said, a lot of teams would have caved in to Man City. I've seen Arsenal cave in. I saw Man City in the FA Cup final. Yeah, that game finished 2-1, but Man City were by far the better team. Today, Inter Milan were a good team, bro. They played well. And like I said, if this final was played, the chances for both teams another 8, 9, 10 times, it could have been a different story. It genuinely could have been. It's one of those things, man. You have to feel for KDB injured in 2 Champions League finals. Yeah, but is he running from the grind? Every time 30 minutes into the match, that'll do me, bro. Off I go. That's the burn every single time. I've never seen a great midfield than Iniesta and Xavi with Messi. Beautiful time. So good, man. Busquets as well as the anchor. CDM, let me guys tell you this one thing, yeah? The central defensive midfielder is the most important position on the football pitch. If you have the better CDM, you're going to win football matches. That is the rock of your team. And Rodri is a world-class defensive midfielder. Criminally underrated, man. He's only suddenly getting the flowers he deserves. This man is so good. He does everything so well. Even his tactical fouls, so good at them, man. Think about every team through history, yeah, that has won anything important. Champions Leagues, their domestic leagues. They've always had that CDM. Invincibles, you're looking at Vieira. United, you're looking at Roy Keane. Barcelona, you're looking at Busquets. Like, you're looking at top quality defensive midfielders, man. Tell me one team in history that has won something important without a top quality defensive midfielder. You can win something without a top quality left back. You can win something without a top quality winger. You can sometimes win something without playing an attacking midfielder. But no team wins something important without a top quality defensive midfielder, bro. I've seen teams win without strikers even. But your goalkeeper and your central defensive midfielder are your rocks, man. Those are your 2 players that need to turn up big. And Rodri today turned up big. And it was so fitting for me that, for me, I've watched a lot of Man City this season. So I'm coming out and saying Rodri's their most important player. And it's so fitting that, in my eyes, their most important player scored their most important goal in their history. So Rodri, congratulations, brother. You deserve it. Have a good time tonight, man. A good time. Go out to party. I don't know, man. Maybe have some fun with your wife. I don't know. I just want to appreciate you on the stream as always. I'm surprised that Lukaku isn't there for the City parade. 100%, bro. Megan V Stallion, dump him, man. Dump that guy, bro. He's stunk up the gaff again. Just like the World Cup again, Lukaku, bro. You're on the pitch to score goals, and you can't even do that. People were telling me that CDMs can't carry your club, that age like fine wine. No way, bro. RD12, you'd never hear that from my mouth. Never. I know. Look, my favorite position is the winger position. I just love that watching wingers play. But even I understand, right, that CDM is the most important position on the football pitch. It just is, bro. There's no two ways about it. The CDM wins you matches, man. They do. If your CDM is on job, you're going to win the game. You're going to win the match, bro. And that was Rodri today, man. That was Rodri. Had to be Lukaku, that disaster class, 100%, man. Which is why West Ham in the Premier League should be doing a lot better this season than they did if they valued Declan Rice over 100 million. Look, I don't think Declan Rice is worth over 100 million, but that's English tax. That's the way it is with Premier League to Premier League transfers. You're going to have to pay over the odds. That's how it is, man. I still think Declan Rice is a top quality footballer. But look at other teams, though, RD12, right? Fulham, really good this season. João Paulinho, what a player. Brighton, Moises Caicedo. Newcastle, Bruno Guimaraes in there as a CDM, alongside Willock, Sean Longstaff. You're looking at all the top teams have a top quality defensive midfielder, man. Arsenal with Partey. United with Casemiro that's coming. Don't tell me Casemiro wasn't one of the reasons that Man United got top 4. If they don't bring in Casemiro, I don't think this Man United team gets top 4 this season. I genuinely don't think so. Didn't Lukaku do the same thing in Europa 2021? Yeah, bro. The guy is just criminal, man. A criminal performance again from Lukaku. Can't seem to score by any stretch of the imagination, bro. Needs to fix up. Rice is only valued at 100 million because he's worth that money to West Ham. Yeah, exactly. But West Ham said he wants to go. So you got to look and say, bring the price down a little bit, man. Bring the price down a little bit. But yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. I do have to say that, would this be as big as 99 in the media? Might have a bigger club than them, and Liverpool and Arsenal valued more. I think it is. I think this is a humongous trouble for Man City. I genuinely do think so, right? Because I think this Man City team, in terms of runs in the Premier League, it is the best run I've seen. Because yes, United have won more Premier Leagues, and yes, United have probably gone on long stretches of winning Premier Leagues, right? But Man United have had to face seasons where they could win the league getting 80 points or 85 points. Man City have done it all. Yes, this season they won it with 94 points or 84 points, something, or 86, something like that, right? But I've seen Man City win the title with 100 points. I've seen Man City win the title with 99 points and Liverpool get 98. I've seen Man City go 14, 15 games in a row to win a title. I don't think what we would have seen if this old Man United team was in that sort of like that pressure situation, that intense situation. I don't think that 99 United team or any other United team wins 14 matches in a row to win the Premier League. I don't see them doing it. I genuinely don't, because that Man United team had quality throughout that team. Don't get me wrong whatsoever, but I don't think that Man United team had the control on matches to win consistently. They would just completely take games away from teams, bro. I say the same with Liverpool. I rarely see Liverpool control football matches under Jurgen Klopp, but the reason Liverpool got so much credit, and the reason Liverpool won football matches is because they won one of the most dangerous teams in world football. And Liverpool, just like Real Madrid for me, are the only two teams in world football that no matter how bad they are, they could win a game in 10 minutes. They genuinely could under Jurgen Klopp. Real Madrid are the only other team for me that can do it. Where you could think, we've got them under control, we've got them on a leash, but then in 10 minutes, they can take the game away from you with just a blitz and score 3-4 goals, game over. They're the only two teams. Man City, on the other hand, they're more persistent. They take their time, bro. They age like fine wine. You know what I mean? It's a slow cooked roast to perfection, though. To absolute perfection. They control the game. They knock the ball around. They suffocate you. They pass 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. 13, 14, 20 times sometimes. Then they lose the ball, but then they win it back instantly. That's what really hurts opponents, right? When you're playing against Man City, it's not the fact they dominate the ball, right? That hurts you the most. It's when you get the ball back and then lose it instantly. That's the most gut-wrenching thing. It's like you're chasing the ball for 5 minutes. You just win it back and in 3 seconds you've lost it and you're chasing. That's the real damaging part psychologically. Because when you play Man City, right, the psychological impact is the worst possible thing. So this point going on the Man City team is unbelievable, right? Unbelievable, man. And I expect them to go on to do bigger and better things. They're biggest enemies themselves. The biggest enemies themselves. This season, I accuse them of sleepwalking, and I think rightly so. But ever since they drew to Nottingham Forest, and ironically, ever since the allegations came out against them, they've been different quality, bro. Absolute different quality, top quality team in the media. Yeah, they are. Look, Man United will always be a bigger team than Man City. I think that will always be the case just for their heritage. And Liverpool and Arsenal are the bigger teams. But the thing is, right, United and Liverpool, I think, are football heritage. You'll never touch United and Liverpool. Arsenal, my club, are also football heritage. But I think you can surpass Arsenal. I genuinely think. I think Liverpool and United are untouchable, but Arsenal aren't untouchable. You can surpass Arsenal. We are the third biggest club in England right now. And I think it will be that way for a while. But we're not untouchable, man. We're not untouchable. Why do people claim Man City are now a bigger club than Arsenal? Incorrect. I think he's misread the definition of big club. Incorrect, 100%. Look, if Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal, having already won the Champions League 10 years ago, won it twice, in fact, done the whole Premier League thing, done the whole FA Cup deal. If Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal, then Man City aren't. I'll tell you that for a fact. Man City are becoming a big club, but a big club isn't a club that's founded in 2000. Let's be real about it. Man City were slaving away in League One. They were playing at Main Road. This is not a football heritage team in Man City. Like I said, congratulations to them. Brilliant job. Absolutely fantastic, man. The job Pep Guardiola's done, the fact they've managed to win the Champions League for the first time in their history, the fact they've done the treble, I commend them 100%. Nothing but congratulations. But you can't, I'm not going to sit here and say they're a football heritage club. I'm not going to sit here and say they're a massive team because they're not, bro. They're not. They're a brilliant team, but they're not a massive club. Football King, appreciate your stream. Make sure you subscribe if you're new and my friends. I see that anime PFP as well. Finally, City won the Champions League for the first time. Yes, exactly, man. For the first time in a long time. Long time coming for them, bro. Like I said, bro, if you keep trying, if you keep knocking on the door, you're going to get it. People will talk about the curse, the Yaya Toure curse. I did say this, though. If Man City didn't win the Champions League today, I genuinely think they would never, ever win it. I think this had to be the time they won it, bro. It had to be. For how good the team was. The fact they had no injuries going into the game as well. I know De Bruyne got injured during the game, but going into the game, there was no injuries. Going into the game, their team was on form. They were fresh off winning the FA Cup. They were on the cusp of doing the treble, making football heritage. Man City had to win the Champions League today. And boy, did they, man. Congratulations. There's a difference between being better and being named a bigger club. Exactly, RG12. Exactly. They are, but they're closing the gap big time. The fact Arsenal no European Cup is embarrassing, bro. Tommy, you're 100% right. 100% right, man. You're looking at... Look, I'm embarrassed as an Arsenal fan, but don't worry. Next season, back in blood. The finals at Wembley, Arsenal, I want that Champions League, bro. I've recorded it on BT Sport. After this stream, I'm going to watch that trophy parade. I'm going to watch that trophy parade very intently. I'm going to watch that trophy parade, transfix the TV knowing that's going to be us next season. Believe it, manifest it. I want all those Arsenal players to watch that trophy getting lifted by Man City. And I want them to sit there and go, I want that next season. Because I've seen my team in the Champions League, yeah, just be there to make up the numbers. Oh, yes, we get past the group stage, bang, get knocked out to Barcelona, Bayern Munich. 10-1 on aggregate, 10-2 on aggregate, 5-1. Criminal, man. I want to see us go to the Champions League and not just make up the numbers, be a statement team in that Champions League. Be that team that's going to try and win the Champions League and be up there and contend. And if we get knocked out by one goal, get knocked out in fluke fashion, get knocked out knowing that it was this close to getting past them, bro. That's what I want to see. They're not even bigger than Villa, let alone Arsenal. Nah, they're a bigger club than Aston Villa. They are. Look, Aston Villa, just like history is important, the presence is important as well. And Villa have not been at it for long enough, man. I'm sorry. Are Villa really bigger, though? I don't think so, personally. They're the same amount of Champions Leagues, yeah, but look, Aston Villa have not been at the top of their form for a while now, for an absolute while. Man City more leagues and trophies in general, and despite the empty jokes, they had 30,000 crowds in League One. For those fans, I'm pleased for them. Yeah, look, Manchester City is in Manchester. Manchester is one of the biggest cities in England, bro. It is a massive club. They share it with, they used to be called the noisy neighbours, right? Because they share it with Man United, the biggest club in England. So the fact that Man City have made some noise now, big up them, man. And look, they hit the lottery with getting the Abu Dhabi ownership, the Qatarian, I think they're from Dubai. Abu Dhabi. I think it's from Abu Dhabi, right? I can't remember where their owners are from. The oil owners, bro. They're oil club. Either way, they hit the lottery getting those owners, man. Because look, it could have been Stockport that got those owners. It could have been, who knows, bro. Like Newcastle got the owners now, but it could have been anyone, bro. But Man City got those owners. So you got to look at it and say fair play, man. Fair play. But I will say this one thing about Man City as though, right? Yeah. And you could say it's been biased, right? But I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm telling you, if Arsenal win the Champions League next season, or if Arsenal win the Premier League, right? That will taste a million times better than Man City winning it. I promise you that, bro. I promise you that. If Arsenal won the Premier League, right? That parade we would have turned up like Notting Hill Carnival. That parade would have locked down London. London would have been locked down if Arsenal won the Premier League. Because when you go so long without winning the Premier League, and when you're a heritage club, and when you're a club that you know you don't spend a lot of money like Man City do, and you know you didn't buy the way to this success, you know you earned it. I'm not saying Man City didn't earn it, by the way, but we know there was a stimulus package involved with them reaching this stage. Without the investment, they're probably still slouching around in Championship or League One, or maybe they're fighting relegation in Premier League or mid-table at most. So without that investment, there ain't nothing, right, Man City? Arsenal, if we ever win the Champions League, right, we will lock down London. Genuinely, it will be one of the biggest Champions League wins in history. Because Arsenal have to be, in my eyes, right, the biggest club to never win a Champions League. Let me know in live chat if you disagree. That'll be the last question of the day, by the way, because I've already been streaming for over an hour, so I'm gonna start to wrap it up soon. But let me know. Arsenal, in my opinion, is the biggest club to never win a Champions League. If you disagree, let me know. But that's my opinion on it, bro. It has to be. Over the last 5-6 years, they have, but we're speaking of bigger. I guess, yeah. Stockport used to be above Man City. Exactly, man. Exactly, bro. It could be anyone. Dagenham and Redbridge, bro. Dagenham and Redbridge for all you care. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it, man. That's just my thoughts on it. Momazos, I appreciate joining the stream. Momazos Diego, hope you're doing well, my friend. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. Can't think of a big club to not win the Champions League. Yeah, bro, it's Arsenal. Arsenal is the biggest club to never win the Champions League. If anyone knows another one, feel free to disagree. Let me know in live chat. But yeah, I'm gonna start to wrap up this stream, guys. Anyone else trying to make sure you subscribe. This is my last football game stream of the year. I might do some of the international games, but I wouldn't hold my breath. I'd let you guys know. And of course, make sure you turn on bell notifications so you never miss any streams. But preseason friendlies I'll do, and definitely next season, bro. Next season, bigger and better on this channel. Let's not forget that. The growth this season has been amazing, man. I've got monetized this season, hit my 1,000 subscribers this season, now on 2,000 subscribers, pushing to 3,000. I'm going to get memberships involved next season. Super Chat's already enabled on streams as well. But yeah, memberships involved for previews of games. Going to be reviewing so many matches next season, man. Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup matches, La Liga I'll get involved with, Serie A I'll get involved with. Why not? So many football reactions next season. You don't want to miss it. Bigger and better things for this channel, man. I appreciate everyone that's joined in throughout the journey on this channel. Whether you're my first subscriber or my 2,200th subscriber, man, I appreciate it. Whether you tune in for 30 seconds or 1 hour, man, I appreciate everyone that tunes in. Of course, I know the regulars. I know the people that tune in all the time, and I appreciate you guys as well. It's your channel just as much as it is mine. So if you're new around here, subscribe, join the journey, join the Y Football journey, man. Join the people that are commenting every day on my live chats. Get involved with the football chat, man. If you love football, this is the place to be. There's no better place. I'm telling you that for a fact. I say Arsenal the biggest. I agree. Honorable mention Rangers, 100%, bro. Momaz also appreciate the emoji as well, my friend, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, to recap the game, Man City won, Inter Milan 0. Many people say boring final. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the tactical battle. Man City win courtesy of a goal from Rodri, but it was not plain sailing. Inter Milan put in a really good performance. Genuinely, they have to leave Istanbul, the Atatürk Stadium, with a head held high. Brilliant performance. Just didn't quite have the luck. Didn't quite have the cutting edge. Lukaku sold the bag. And in the end, Man City complete the treble, win the Champions League for the first time in their history. And they have history involved now, man. They've done it. What can they do next season? Let's find out. But for now, congratulations to them. Thoroughly deserved. I appreciate everyone that's joining into this stream. Make sure you like down below. If you watch this channel, like Stop Becoming a Streamer is now a video on this channel. Make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I appreciate everyone that's joined in, not just for this stream, but for any stream along this whole journey. The season has finally come to an end. I will be doing more match reactions for especially Arsenal games during the preseason, as well as some of the international matches if I have the time. But for the most part, this is the final competitive fixture that will be reviewed for this season on this channel. This whole journey has been an absolute roller coaster. I thought my club Arsenal were going to win the Premier League. We didn't quite get it over the line. Congratulations to Man City. They deserve to win the Premier League. They were the better team over 38 games. I have to hold my hands up and say that. Next season, bigger and better, man. I cannot wait one bit. After all years, City lost the Champions League and the day becomes true that City won it today. And nothing I was thinking of, right? Football King, you're 100% right, bro. Nothing I was thinking of, right? I'm Turkish, by the way. I'm Turkish. So Istanbul's got a special thought in my heart, right? The biggest day in the history of Liverpool and Man City has both happened in Istanbul. Remember that, guys. Remember that, yeah? That's what I'm going to leave you on. The biggest day in the history of both Liverpool and Man City both occurred at Istanbul. That's crazy, man. What a season. See you next season, most likely. Appreciate your stream, Tommy, man. Hope you're doing well. Keep well. Everyone, take care. If you want to tune in for my videos throughout the summer, I'll be doing transfer-related content. You don't want to miss it. Already released some videos on my channel regarding it. We'll be doing some of the international friendlies potentially and some preseason games. But until next season, I appreciate you all for tuning in. And I hope to see you all in my next one. Take care.